Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2, A Race for an Empire. Yes indeed. Well, today's going to be a shorter session than normal. Normally I do a session about an hour long, split it into 2 or 3 parts. Today I am not going to be able to do an hour session. I am running literally behind time. It's obviously the 12th of May today. I'm going to see Darren Brown tonight in Blackpool, setting off about 1:30 PM, and it's now 10:30. So I've got 3 hours, literally, to record the session, edit it, and upload it. And that's going to take about 3 hours for a half-an-hour session. So that is the time that I have, 3 hours, and therefore today's session will be half an hour long. Anyway, enough about that long and convoluted explanation. Shall we press on? Time is of the essence. So, in the last session, we finally managed to procure ourselves, well, we didn't quite procure the claim, but yes, one Mr. Duke Wymond of Somerset worked his charms in his very short time in office, replacing Gottschalk, and he fabricated a claim on Dublin, thus giving us the land that we needed to be able to form the Kingdom of Ireland. Hence, King Bohemond is now King of Ireland and England at the ripe old age of 70. And therefore he is ecstatic, excited, his life is complete as far as he's concerned. He's done what he set out to do. Shut up, stupid phone, people buzzing me. Yes, first things first, as it is always the case. This man needs reward for his great work, his swift action. And therefore we are going to honour him with a honorary title of cupbearer for his good deed. Then we are going to send him a gift of gold, not for bribery's purposes, but just, it's not a lot, but it's a gesture. Nice little tithe of gold, honorary title, a nice reward for a man that has done us well, served his country very well. So there you go. Excellent. So that's him taken care of. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Feast. We need a feast to celebrate. It's not quite feast season just yet, but it soon will be. And when it is, we shall be having one to celebrate my 70th birthday, to celebrate the newly formed kingdom. What better reasons are there for holding a feast? There isn't any, and that's why we are going to hold one. So that's the next thing. Another thing that we need to look at is the fact that we have now too many counties. We need to give this one away, and I have found just the right candidate for the job. So as we look into the dynasty tree once again, we can see that my son here, who doesn't like us very much, he has a grandson, John Fleming, who's 15. I love my grandchildren, and therefore he's going to become the Count of Ireland. I'm hoping. Yep, we can give him it, and we shall give him it. Count of, what did I say, Count of Ireland? Count of Dublin, I think I'm supposed to say. So here you go. He is now the Earl of Ireland, Earl of Dublin. I can't, he has to admit the same boo-boo again. It's because it's very early. I just got up 10 minutes ago. My brain is not functioning. So, he swans off to over to Dublin to take up residence in this rather hideous capital. Apparently, it's because it's still under sort of Norwegian culture that it's got this strange-looking place here. So, if we just quickly glance at the culture screen, is it religion or cultures? It's cultures, isn't it? There we go. We can see that it's actually some of these Celtic. I think it's a Celtic. Oh no, it's this one here. Yeah, Dublin has got a bit of Norwegian culture within it. It's got a bit of North Germanic culture in it. So a bit of an oddball is Ireland. Most of Ireland is Irish and Celtic, but this one, a bit of Norwegian blood there somehow. So that's why the county capital looks like this. Thanks to Iscol D. Vale for that little pointer. So where are we? Back to the overall view. So that's that. What else is there to address from the last session? Yes, there is a situation with weak claims. Very confusing they are. Confuse me anyway. But there are two kinds of weak claims. There are weak claims that are inheritable, which means they will be passed down onto the children, which are the ones that we are most interested in, obviously. And there are weak claims that are not inheritable. So remember last session I was talking about Kingdom of France and claimants, and this young whippersnapper who's got a weak claim, who, if we married her with our grandson, Thurston's son, of course, Thurston Jr., they would have children, hopefully, and then they would get the weak claim passed down onto them. Well, that's not quite the case, because her weak claim will not be inherited unless pressed in war. So as highlighted by Ungodly Freak, if this claim is not pressed, their children will not inherit the claim. But if we were to press their claim, or press her claim, this claim would become inheritable by the children. Only trouble with doing that is, France is agnatic only. Only males can rule, and therefore we can't press her claim. So Thurston will not be marrying this person in a month of Sundays. But one person that he might be marrying, as highlighted by Iskal D. Vale, a very interesting fact and pointer. Denmark, currently ruled by Queen Lice. Long may she reign, eh? She has 2 children. Eldest daughter died aged 1. Sad, sad day, I'm afraid. But she has an elder daughter here, Vivara, and a young son. Son will inherit, but it is agnatic cognatic. So females can inherit because she's queen, of course. It makes sense. The interesting factoid being that if we were to marry Thurston Jr. to her, and somehow this man, this boy, was to have some kind of unfortunate accident, then in the future, if she was also to die prematurely, wouldn't my grandson, Thurston Jr., future heir to the titles of the Fleming dynasty, be married to the Queen of Denmark? Thus their children would eventually take control of this? Certainly worth keeping an eye on. We can't marry our grandson off just yet, but this is a really good consideration. And even if she doesn't actually become queen herself because he inherits or she doesn't die for a long time, when she does finally die, she will get an inheritable weak claim, or even a strong claim, that can be passed down to Thurston and her children anyway. So marriage to her is a very hot prospect, I'd say. Oh yes, and the most interesting thing of it all, she's bloody Russian. Further ties between England and Russia strengthen yet again, potentially. They get everywhere, these Russians, don't they? So yeah, that's a little bit of an interesting factoid there, and definitely one to keep an eye on. So one last thing then, before we start today's session proper. We've only got 20 minutes to go. This session, as you've probably gathered, is not going to really we're not going to get done a great deal. Pop-up options, apparently. I think I can change the pop-up options using this. No. Using... I don't bloody know. I don't know. Message rules? Close family, no ruler, only direct vassals, all the... okay. So we might get some messages. Disabled alerts, what's this? Oh, we've disabled the alerts, have we? So these are the alerts that we have disabled. We need to be careful about which ones we have disabled and which ones we want to pop up when something happens. The ones that pop up at the top of the screen. So let's have a look then. Can press weak claim. Nope, want that. Ooh, there you go. They're all popping up now, you see. We can call in allies. Vassals might revolt. I think we want them all, basically. Domain too big? No, we know when our domain's too big. We can see that quite obviously. Can create titles. Vassals might revolt. We can call in allies. Unlanded sons? No, don't need to know about that. Righteous imprisonment? Definitely. Oh my god. Vassal inheritance warning. No. Vassal Revy's race too long. No. Can press de jure claim. Yes, right. Okay, so they're the ones that we want on. These ones we don't mind being off. So that's that situation. Thank you to MCA Foo who brought to my attention how to do that. So if we look at these, then we can press 12 weak claims. And these weak claims will all seem to all be related to courtiers that have claims somewhere along the lines. And to be fair, perfectly frank with it, if it's not personally increasing our own kingdom size, we're not interested. So we're not going to disable it, we're just going to dismiss it for now. Apparently we can create two titles. We can create the Kingdom of Brittany, and we can actually create the Kingdom of Wales. I think before, to create the Kingdom of Wales title, you had to have Celtic or Welsh culture. Now, apparently you don't. So we could create two extra kingdom titles, but not interested. We have the land. We have it, you know, that's the main thing. We created the Kingdom of Ireland title to make our life easier in unifying the land. So we're not going to create these two extra kingdom titles just yet. So we'll dismiss that for now. Righteous imprisonment. Duke Clemens of Gwynedd. He's acted dishonourably towards us, possibly in some plot or scheme, I don't know, but we're on good terms now. We don't see the need to have to imprison him. And he's the only man that we can imprison, so for now, we'll let sleeping dogs lie. And we can pressure de jure claim on Bruges against the Holy Romans. Wow. And for Ghent as well. Because of course we have the duchy, but no, we don't want to do that either. So the messages for now, nice to have them back on, but nothing really too major that we're going to be concerned about. So that's everything. Oh no, it's not. There's one more thing, and we'll set the ball rolling onto one speed whilst we do this last bit. We invited some of our Russian compadre, some of the old family members, some of the what's the faces. Gotzello's. Was it Gotzello? Or was it what's the bastard guy's name again? Bastard. Come on, you little bastard. What's your name? Tell me. Bella the bastard. Yes, the one. His great grandchildren. We invited them to our court. Simeon, Rurik, Svesitsa. They came across. They don't like us very much. And they are Orthodox. Maybe we could ask them to become Catholic, but apparently not. Okay. No, they don't like us. They won't do it. He might like us enough. He's now our marshal. Oh God. Okay. Not gonna happen, eh? Not gonna happen. Okay. Typhoid fever's broken out in Connacht. Okay. Whew. So as time ticks on, we're waiting for the feast to happen. I don't know what... Oh yes, they're fighting this war. This is it. This is a thing that we need to keep an eye on. They're fighting in a war, assisting Scotland in some sort of succession war. 93% in favour of Scotland. As soon as their wars are finished, we can ask them nicely to join our cause. Right. Marshal Igor told me about his ideas. I couldn't really understand what he was talking about, because he was talking Russian, of course. But he was adamant in his belief that this would improve the military. Well, a lot of shouting, shouting louder to make him understand better, but ultimately, just go with it. Yes, whatever. I pay you to be marshal, just do your job. Don't bother me with the boring stuff. Ah, excellent. A tithe. Good stuff. Right, so Ulster. I actually initially thought Ulster was part of this entire duchy. It's not. It's an independent count. So therefore we can ask him to swear fealty pretty much straight away. Come under the protection of the mighty Bohemond. You won't be disappointed. Come under the protection of the mighty Bohemond. You won't be disappointed. Excellent. You will swear fealty, and therefore you will be welcome to our celebratory feast. May you enjoy and make new friends. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! I think the war has finished, has it? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Ooh, getting a little bit ahead here. This guy won't swear fealty, which means we have to crush him like a bug. But before we start any wars, we're going to have this feast. So we'll have to let time tick by, have our feast, and then break out the war horns. I don't think he's going to swear fealty, to be fair. He considers himself a petty king. He's a petty king, and therefore, because they're only one rank lower than a king, they're less likely to want to swear fealty. Counts will, because they're so far below the king that they welcome his protection. But the dukes, a little bit more problematic. Problematic in the sense that we just have to take a bit of extra time to crush them, but it will happen. So I welcome him, I bring him under my rule, he accepts the fealty, he swears his fealty, accepts the protection from the king, and then immediately starts up an independence faction. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, the king is 70, he's not worried about factions now, he's past all that plotting and scheming nonsense. People want to raise up against me, let them raise up. I'll just swat them down like an irksome bug, and then I shall strip them of their titles. Let them crack on. The world, see, I told you. He's 70. He's lightening up. The world will not weigh me down anymore. I have a new spring in my step at 70. You're doing well there, Sonny Jim. Joy in my heart and a smile on my face. Life is not too bad, and he loses stress. As soon as I was talking about him being 70, not caring anymore about people's factions and plots, the game must have heard me. No more stress, no more strain. Life is good for the king. Of course, I think it has something to do with the fact that he's now King of Ireland. That was the one thing that was stressing him out. No more. So we're fast approaching November, we're fast approaching feast season. We shall have it, and then we shall be ready to strike out in new wars for new purposes. Come on, King Duncan, win that war, and we can bloody claim what's rightfully ours. Anyway, retinue, whilst I remember what I'm doing, we have a bit more retinue cap to play with. We're going to put in a couple of units of the defense retinue. We're going to disband perhaps one unit of the we're going to disband one unit here of the longbows. So if we disband that one, that takes us down. Oh, wait a minute. Disband that unit, yeah. And that will give us an extra bit to play with on the retinue cap here. 4,600. Have I disbanded too many? Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Can't see the... Right, okay. What have I done? What have I done? It's November anyway. It's feast time. I've done something. I've done a boob. I made a boob somewhere on the lines. Right, we're going to have... We've got 600 pikemen, which means that we have 2 units of this. We've got 3.4k, which means we've got 3,000 of this, which means we have 6 units of that. Is that right? 6 units of that is 3,000. So 6 units, 6. And okay, so we want one more of these. Okay. 5,400. So we got 1,800 pikemen, and we'll go for another one of these. Poof, just like that. Okay. So our retinue will our new retinue, once it is done and dusted, will consist of 4,100 archers and 1,800 pikemen. So we're looking at just over 2 to 1 ratio with the pikemen to archers, which is fine. So we'll let them replenish at a fast rate because we have money. We're going to war soon. We could do with their services, so yeah, let them replenish nice and swiftly. And that should be fine. Will that be 5,000? Oh no, 4,100, 5,000. 900 and 5,000 men. Another tithe. Oh, my son's working overtime here. Okay, so it's feast time. Feast time. Time to celebrate. Celebrate the king's birthday. Celebrate the forming of the Kingdom of Ireland title. Life is just one big celebration. Are we replenishing? Are we replenishing here? Are we, am I doing something wrong? Reinforcing at maximum speed here? We bloody better be. Not be slacking off here. Bit concerned why it's not going up. Anyway. Elisande! My dear daughter, clearly upset, is reminding me of my promise to get her married. You can marry... No, I'm not going to marry her to some random Russian descendant. Not when she's my daughter. She could marry somebody far more fitting. I just never seem to get the time to check it out for her. When I opened the door, I saw no one. But as I stepped aside to close it, a group of acrobats cartwheeled and somersaulted in. Yes, come on, we like the entertainment factor. What the hell is going on here? Bloody alarm clock. Shut up, shut up. Right, I want to spend lavishly on food. It shall be a joyous occasion. And this is not replenishing, is it? I'm a bit of a loss as to what's going on with this retinue here. Most of the preparations has been complete. Send out the invitations. Dear King Bohemond, thank you, but I will not be able to attend your feast. Oh dear. Well, screw you, pal. I don't like you either. Or you. Stupid men, they think they insult me with their snubs. Far from it. Far from... Yeah, something's amiss here. Something is quite amiss. Ooh, who's fabricating what, sorry? Who's doing what? Duke of Gloucester. You stupid, stupid man. Let's see if, whilst he attends our feast... Is he here? I'm sure he is. What's he called? Duke of Gloucester? Where's Gloucester? Let me see this here. Let's see where these people are that plot against me. Duke Albert. Duke Albert is here today at the feast. Well, Duke Albert, there's a seat right next to me. Prop yourself there, Sonny Jim, because I got a few words for you. End your plot now, else feel my flaming wrath. Get my drift? Now have a piece of pheasant. And he's now trying to put Morga on the damn throne. Well, this guy could well be problematic, eh? Yes. He realises how foolish he was, and he's lucky the king is feeling in a good mood. Won't be plotting or having people thrown in prison during the feast, eh? Just so uncouth. Both Earl Lugade and Duke William IV re-entered my castle without any visible wounds. It seems as if Earl Lugade had refused to duel. Good. Don't want any bloodshed. Here's a feast. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Somebody didn't seem satisfied with my food. I spent lavishly. Who is this man? Earl of Brest? Mayor of Brest? Stupid man. The more wine that Mayor Logair drank. These mayors. Invite them to a kingly feast, they just go all doolally, don't they? Fell face first into his plate. Had to be taken to his bedchambers by the servants. How flaming awful. A bit of wine and festivities and some people just can't hack it. The feast is done. And it was good fun. The king said a speech, a few kind words to his vassals, and then promptly went to bed. So that's that. Feast over. Wars can be pressed now. So we have a war to press. Ah, I see what's going wrong here. I see it now. But down here, this is not my capital. This is my capital here, and therefore they are replenishing here, which is nice. So how many men? There's going to be 2,000 men here, I think. 500 per retinue. So yeah, so 500 men, which is actually not too far. 500 men, 2,000 men here when they're at full capacity, which is nice. Righty-ho, the war in Scotland is still raging on big style. So we can't ask these guys to swear their fealty. I don't think. Nope, because they're at war. They need to be at peace. So we'll have to take matters into our own hands. So you there, Captain Coleman the Ill Ruler, who is not going to accept our rule. We're going to have to physically make him see the error of his ways. He has 1,000 men. Well, bully for him. So what we can do, apparently, is we can't raise the levies just yet because we need to declare war first, which is fine. We can actually claim Kildare to press the Earl of Briefner's claim on the county of Kildare. The Earl of Briefner, where's the Earl of Briefner? He's up here. We don't want him to have too many lands and titles, do we? One's enough, I think. So if we're gonna make this man see the error, we're gonna force this man to bend the knee to us. Yes, we're gonna claim de jure, and we're gonna have him come to our castle once we have crushed him, and have him bend the knee in front of the whole damn court and watch his face. Right. Okay, so let's get the troops up and at them. We should be able to crush them quite quickly with minimal fuss if we just raise the local levies. There we go. Any more for any more? I could raise his personal levies, but like 111 men, that's barely worth shouting about, is it? Let's get them marching into the... Ooh. We have no leaders, of course. This might prove to be slightly problematic. These are just archers. There's no foot soldiers here at all, but they still peppered them with arrow fire until they were dead. Very, very quickly. They just butchered 1,000 men for the loss of like 20 men. That is absolutely insane. Insane. 75% war score. I wonder if he'll offer peace here. Nope. He's going to stick it out till the end. More fool him, I'd say. Right, you. I know it's not a long way off, in fact. It's not a massive, you know, it's not totally beyond the realms of in the next few years, is the fact that we have now, obviously, we're just going to mop up here. This is a mop-up operation. Next port of call, of course, is to claim Ireland. Is to claim Scotland, sorry. So, let's see how quickly he can fabricate a claim. Now, if he is to do his job properly, it would be nice of him to fabricate a claim on an entire duchy rather than just a county. Closest duchy to our land is this one here, the Duchy of Galloway. It's a nice big duchy. It's got currently it's got 2, but de jure wise it's got 3 lands. It'll do for now. So whilst they're fighting amongst themselves, sneak in and fabricate a claim, would you? If you don't mind. There we go. He had a bit of rest. Well, he had a bit of rest. Now it's time to set yourself to work once again. Yes. Right. Kildare. It's going to take a bit of time just to besiege this place. It's fine. We're in no major rush. We'll make it slow and painful. A slow and painful defeat. Even more for him to stew over. Wow, half an hour's already gone. This game just flies. You know, it's just such great fun. Half an hour, definitely not long enough for a full-blown session, I tell you. But I'm going to have to cut it short because if I don't, I won't get it up in time. But I want to play more. I want to play. More bloody factions and plots and damn schemes. 99%, come on. 1 more percent, Mr. Scotland King, and then end your war and we can see just who is going to bend the damn knee. Oh, my son has some interesting ideas on how to improve the economy. Well, the man that's just got me 2 ties in quick succession. We would be a fool not to adopt his ideals. Our son is proving to be quite useful. He's claimed charter and is now giving us ties, adopting ideas to improve the economy of the country. He is... I'm sure he's going to make a great king. I really do. He is just living up to expectation. He's put down a rebellion and a revolt here as well, not to mention, from the old dastardly, what was he called? Gerard. Remember that? That bloody charade? Right, anyway. Given the seat in the College of Cardinals. Oh, good for you, buddy, good for you. Oh, the war's ended, I think, which means we can now put these people to the test. Okay, king, there's only room for 1 king here, Buster. Told you. It's that difference in rank, you see. It's only a small difference. That makes all the difference. He's not going to bend the knee, which means that he is definitely not going to bend the knee either. You ask me, but we'll ask out of duty. Nope. So we're going to have to press this war. We're going to have to press this war, and we're going to have to bloody press this war. Well, well, well. So that's it. That's it. As I said, a very short session. But I thought it better to play out a short session to give you something to watch than to do nothing at all. So I hope you've enjoyed. The king is now 71, still going on. He still hopes that it'll go on for a bit more yet because he wants to physically put this to bed. These upstart petty kings that they call themselves need to be brought in line, and he's going to enjoy watching from afar as they slowly but surely come streaming through the castle doors, battered and bruised, and then bend the knee. And you never know, we might just have this great Chancellor fabricate a claim on the entire Duchy of Galloway. So join me next time to see how things progress. See you soon.